Lord have mercy.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode. We have just came over from we are in the number one show over there on Station Head. So we just left there talking with my producers. And now we're here over in Chicago. We're still here, home, sweet home, Chicago. This is my home, love it. So you're gonna be seeing more of me. Of course, the quality gonna be better because we got a camera that's gonna be set up, etc. So all that gonna be good. So until then, here we go. So we got our on the roll equipment because we're going to be back in Texas, then back in Chicago. Then we're going to be squeezing in Houston. Then we're going to Atlanta for the award show. Then we doing a Vegas meet and greet. So we are booked, literally booked and busy, and staying busy, and also delivering content. Hold on one second. And delivering content. And this is what we do. We sit here and we deliver content all over the social media streets. So I want to give a special shout out to the producers because y'all have definitely made my grandmother's day. I mean, we ordered the cake today. We get into decorations, and I mean, you all have did it. Y'all have gave money for us, and that only comes because I offer entertainment, making you all live all over the social media streets. I made you laugh. I made your family members laugh. I mean, everybody was just super excited for me and my grandmother all today. I went out to Dress to Impress. So shout out to Don. That's out in Matson, Illinois. And I went there to shop. Now, mind you, I'm getting in my Uber and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be there for a while because Lyft, they have to where you can schedule a ride and it's really, really cheaper. So I scheduled a ride for about 45 minutes. But when I went into the store, he seen me, he dressed me, gave me the right size for the shirt. The pants was already hemmed up. I mean, everything was just good. I mean, everything was good. I didn't have to get a belt. I got a belt. And then he said about shoes. He said, do you need some shoes? You reminded me, some shoes. He said, do you need some socks? I got the socks. So Don did everything right. And I spent a nice piece of coin. Because again, when I go to church, I want to look good. I'm already don't have a haircut, but it's okay. It's decent. Because when I go inside the house of God, you want to be prepared. You want to be dressed. You know what I'm saying? Especially you're representing a brand because people are watching your every single move because I'm coming from the church and people are watching to see what I'm going to do. So, of course, I'll be in church on tomorrow. Church on tomorrow, celebrating and appreciating God for allowing me to be here another day. So I'm going to always give God the praise. I love to be on the leadership. So tomorrow I will be visiting a church that I watch all the time. I'll be visiting the church. May go to Sweet Holy Spirit. I don't know. We will see what we're doing because like I said, I watch a lot of church services on YouTube, but it's different when you're fellowshipping with the people of God than versus seeing it on the internet. It's that energy of people. No. Glory to God. It's an energy being around the people of God. So having that energy, it just make you a better person, make you a better saint, make you a better Christian versus watching it on the virtual side. But when you're in the presence with the people of God, that it helps your spirit. It helps you to pray. It helps you to praise God when you actually fellowshipping with the people of God than versus being on the computer. It's just a different type of energy. And the reason why I haven't been at church is, like I said, I'm considered to having church hurt, and I had to get over that because at the end of the day, just because a church hurt you, that don't mean you turn against God because God is the creator, not man. God. When I close my eyes, I'm going to have to answer to what? Whom? God. So when you go in church, don't just go for the people, go for the man of God, for the word of God. And don't worry about the naysayers. Don't get into the drama. Just do what you have to do, shout, pray, worship, and follow the man of God. And don't worry about the people that's in there that's trying to wear you down, because there is no perfect place. There is no perfect church, because it's not perfect. I remember on the Gospels, a movie called Gospel, I believe. He said, there's no such thing as a perfect church. If it is perfect, it is no longer perfect once you walk in, and that is the truth. So when I go in there, I'm going to have a good time, fellowship with the Lord. I'm doing a new look where I'm having my bow tie on, my shirt on, and all of that type of stuff, because I want to get closer to God. I want to have a relationship with God. I want to be there. So when I close my eyes and when it say rest in peace to me, I want to be able to really rest in peace. I want to be able, when He call my name up in front of the judge, right? In front of God. And when I want my name to be in the book of life, I want it to be registered in the book of life, that I make it into those heavenly gates. I don't want my name in the books where the people that's going to the lake of fire. I want my name in the book of life. And so my name to be there. I want God to say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. That's the words that I want to hear. So you can't get there if you ain't fellowship with the people of God. You can't get there if you ain't holy. You can't get there if you ain't saved. So that's something that I'm going to do. Now, I know people are going to be out here upset saying, I worship God at home. I'm a spiritual person. I know God for myself, and still drinking liquor and getting high every day. But my relationship with God is going to be totally different relationship with God, the King of Kings, the Son, okay, the God of Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, right? The God that created, that brought Christ on earth to deliver His people. That's the God, that I serve. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The God of Moses and all of that, and Paul and Peter and all of the prophets and all of the disciples and all of the women of that was in the Bible as well. And so I will continue to believe in God. I will not stop in believing in God. I will not stop talking about God. I will talk about God as long as I got breath in my body. So I will continue to talk about the Lord. I won't stop talking about God, because God delivered me. And every time I tell my testimony, I tell it because it helped people. When I was tased by the cops, I was literally tased, not even clothed. I was completely naked. And so that could have easily turned into something else, because look how the cops took out Tyree Nicholson. Look how the cops took out Freddie Gray. Look how the cops took out so many people. He took out a lot of people, and I could have easily lost my life. Look at the cops have took out, Sandra Bland and so many other people that's out there, and the women that God took out. I mean, not God, but the cops took out, that was in her home, that was minding her business, and they took her out. It is so many people that God that's had to intervene, and I have to pray and say, "Oh my God, the cops did it again." And so that could have been me, and at the end of the day. So that's why you got to be appreciative for what God have done to you, for the deliverance of God, and appreciate when God spared your life. You should be on the front of the line of that, testifying of how God spared your life. Testify how God spared your life. Okay? Put that in the testimony. Give me 1 second. My grandmother need me. Hold on 1 second. God spared my life. All right. And I appreciate that because he did so. So I will always sing praises to God. Y'all been with me. I love my grandmother. Okay. She always needs something. Okay. When you are a caregiver, you're going to be put to work. All right. I got my CNA hat on today. All right. I ain't mad at it because I'm not complaining because my grandmother, she done so much for me and then charge me for it. So anything she need for me, if I can do it, I'm gonna what do it. And that's how you become blessed. I'm not gonna be stingy or stuff like that because I remember that when my grandmother was there for me for school, was there for me buying me clothes, buying me food, gym shoes for gym class, and buying me stuff for for the debate team. I needed books and printers to print out papers, and she was there all of those years. So I'm gonna always anything my grandmother need a helping hand, need help getting to bed, she need groceries, she need some toiletries, anything that in my power I can do it. Guess what? I'm gonna do it with no complaining. All right, because I don't remember my grandmother ever complaining, taking care of me, bringing me in her home. And mind you, I love to eat all type of food. I can just remember her chopping, cutting up my pancakes and putting syrup on my pancakes. This was every morning. I was not a child that did not eat before school. I had a big breakfast at home and then went to school and ate. So it was a hot breakfast. I mean, pancakes, scrambled eggs, waffles. I mean, orange juice or milk. It was never like eat some cereal and lay down. No, she cooked food. And then when I come home from school, she would cook a big lunch for me to eat when I come home from school, and then also dinner before church. And then if we get hungry, she would go to a restaurant. We eat after church. So I will never forget the blessings that my grandmother have done for me. I will never forget how she sacrificed so much of time to focus on me and to make sure I graduated. Like most of my siblings, I don't really, none of my siblings graduated from high school. They all dropped out. And so I was one of the kids that graduated from high school because I had a praying grandmother that was interested and involved in my school dealing. So she made sure that I graduated and everything like that. She made sure. So if she need chicken, shrimp fried rice, ice cream, whatever you need, whatever. I'm definitely. And if I run out, I go get a job, another job to make sure my family, especially my grandmother, is taken care of. I go get another job. All right. I'm gonna make sure she is taken care of because I love her so very much. So again, always put God first because He spared your life, and you should be on the forefront for that. Now, we got a lot of topics that we're gonna dive into. We're gonna get into this really quickly. I want to say special shout out to all of y'all in here, but it's a lot of topics that we're definitely going to dive into. Let us first get into, y'all know who I got to get into today, and that's Sharrell's world and TashaK. And so many people are saying, why is Sharrell world so obsessed with TashaK? Y'all know who TashaK is. She is a celebrity gossip tea blogger. This is what she do. She breaks so many stories. R. Kelly, so many stories on Derek Jackson, so many stories on Whitney Williams, so many stories, and those are just to name a couple of her story. Now she exposed Dr. Larry Reid of him being a alleged pedo. All right, she exposed that of how he violated a 14-year-old Levante. All right, violated that man Levante Andrews and violated him when he was at the age of 14. And she exposed how he was in a church telling people not to wear earrings and be in the LGBT community. And yet he's in the community, busting it wide open, and he wearing an earring and he got tattoos. But that brother was on there testifying and preaching to the people of God in his church. Don't wear a tattoo. Don't wear no earrings. And that everything that he preached on the pulpit for those 2 decades, he went against it. And he also is a failure as a husband because he had a wife for twice. Let me tell you something. This spirit is leading me. Go ahead, Father, lead me. You better be careful, sisters, just dating anything, because you can date a man that just want men only, and they will use you, impregnate you for image, and dump your hind part and go marry the same man they've been screwing while y'all was talking and being married. So don't be so desperate for a man. Make sure that man is attracted to you, and you ask him straight up, are you bi? Do you like men? Have you had in your past man on man activities? Ask the question, brothers. When you talk to sisters, ask them this question so you will not be blindsided, and keep your eyes open, right? And check their social media. If they got their social media, this is one way, sisters, and write this down. If you see a man, all of their mutual friends or all the majority of their friends are LGBT, wearing makeup, weaves, and they are drag queens, there's a strong possibility that your man is in that lifestyle. Because I don't see too many straight men, 95, 96% of their friend list is LGBTQIA. Come on now. Something wrong with that. So you gotta be what that is a serious sign that your man love to lick other men bread baskets. You better watch. Don't be too desperate. Some of y'all is too desperate. You just want anything. Well, I don't look that good, Wiley. I'm tired of being alone. You better go to the store and buy you a toy and get you some with that turbo speed, and you would be at peace than versus you and marrying a man, wasting decades of your life, and they dump your hind part and go marry another man. There's too many toys out there to make your body jerk, and it'll make the neighbors know your name because you using that toy. I used to have a sister that I know personally. She used to call her toy Big Daddy. All right, Big Daddy would come on and she would let me hear it on the phone, and she would come multiple times with Big Daddy. She would put it on the emote. She would start out slow, medium, and then that fast speed. All right. So at the end of the day, now I understand that, but she put a and it sounded like a drilling concrete, but it was actually drilling up that yoni. So I would rather do that than to get a man that like to get his bread basket played with and don't want to wear a condom and then come home and infect you. Right? So be very careful of that. Be very cautious of that. And I tell everybody, have I made some slip ups? Yes. So make sure you protect yourself. It's prep. You got prep. So you watch a man, all his cabinet is prep. He got wigs. You better ask about that before you walk down the aisle. Ask him why you got all these wigs in your house? Why you got all this heavy makeup in this house? You ask him these questions. Oh, he got a full medicine cabinet of magnums. Not that's good to have magnums, but a full medicine cabinet of prep, a full medicine cabinet of wigs and blue bikini panties in his closet. And then he telling you, oh no, baby, that's just my sister or my female. Them are his pennies. He love at night to get wearing women clothing or cross dressers. So you gotta be very careful, women. Now, if you open, now there's nothing wrong because I'm an openly bi man myself. It's nothing wrong with being openly bi. But you must tell that woman to put it out there. And I'm already attracting women in my life. It doesn't bother them that I am a bi man, right? That like both parties. And when I'm with women only. I don't play games. I don't be with women in a relationship. Then I got a relationship with a man. I would never disrespect a woman like that. And if I find a man that I want to be into, I won't let that woman know. But that never happened to me because it will never happen to me because I'm not that attracted to men like that. No. I'll play around with them. I'll flirt around with them. But getting in, no. Women, especially when it took about 2 minutes. I didn't came, 5-6 minutes. So I got to work on that. So right now, somebody told me stop watching them videos. All right, stop watching them adult entertainment videos. So I cut that out. I'm about to cancel my membership to this person OnlyFans, and I cut it out. It's been almost 2 weeks since I touched myself. Because they said stop doing it. It affects you in the bedroom and make you come faster. That's what I heard. So I was talking to a therapist that is a professional in the bedroom, and she told me to stop watching the video every single day. Stop doing that. So I just definitely stopped. So I'm definitely stopping it. So time is moving on. So I don't know if I'm a father. I don't know. All right, Brother Paul, we don't know yet until we get word of that. We will break it down to y'all if I'm a father. And if I'm a father, I will be so happy because at the end of the day, that is my seed. I will never be ashamed. I will never be like my father, Tommy Williams, and just disown their son. Never would do it because that hurts a son when they grow up. I don't care how old you get, you still feel abandoned. You still feel broken that your father abandoned you. So I would never do that to Wiley Jr. or Marquita Jr. I would never do that to my children. Abandoned. I'm going to be there because at the end of the day, I came in the mother, and I will continue to take care of my children. If I have to get two jobs, I'm going to make sure my children is taken care of, right? I want to make sure I'm there. I'm going to make sure I'm going to be a provider for them. Just say, for instance, that she's pregnant and she's in Chicago. Immediately, I'm going to be right here. That's why I'm here. Just in case I get the phone call, I'm established. Go get me a job and all of that. I'm not your secret. I'm your son. I will never have a secret of my children. Oh, don't tell nobody. Absolutely not. Now, we will take a Dana. Because I don't know where you been or who else been in your hind part. So we will take Miss Dana. And if Dana confirmed 99.9 that is my child, guess what? I'm 100% going to be there for my child. I will never abandon my children because why? I know the hurt that comes with when you abandon your child. I know the hurt that comes with not being in your child's life. I know the hurt that comes with not being there for your children because that is a hurt that I don't want to put on nobody. It thrives with you. It anchors you. It marinate with your spirit because you will always wonder, why did you want me? So that's why I want to make sure that I'm there for my son or my daughter or twins. I don't know what she gonna have. All right, because I never. It's been a while, so whatever. So if it is what it is, that's why I keep my phone on. I keep in contact with it. So just in case if I get that phone call that she is pregnant, I'm going to what? Take care of my responsibilities. And I understand that people in the community, they don't understand about you know what I'm saying, what's going on. I'm saying I'm openly bi. You can't say that you part of the LGBTQIA community, but you forget about the B. Well, what do B stands for? B mean you are attracted to both genders. All right, that's what the B stands for. But most people in the community ignore the B's. They think because you are a B that you are a person that is confused. I don't believe that you're confused. I believe that you is a type of person that going through and that like both parties. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, nothing wrong with that at all. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I appreciate for people with their nasty comments that they're making all over social media. You can make them nasty comments. That's not, I would rather be openly be word in the community than be on the down low like some of these YouTube storm. I don't want to be like that. Okay. uh Okay, I don't want to. I don't want to be like that, Storm. I don't want to be somewhere hiding. I gotta go across seas to go be with a man. Ain't no, that's misery. I want to have to take a trip. I'm in Jamaica with my man, but I can't be with my man in Georgia. Something wrong with that. I don't want to be like that. I want to be free. I want to be open. I want to be honest. Because when you hide stuff, then it becomes a scandal. Then it becomes a lot of clicks and views. So just come on out of class, stop playing. Going to make Mexico, yeah, go to Mexico, and I saw this couple smashing. Get it together, okay? So we ain't gonna be like that. We are openly bi, meaning we like both men and women. All right. I prefer women more because they're better in the bedroom. Okay, that one woman represent women. Period. I said this is what I was missing. I don't even want man no more. Absolutely not. Because this is what I was missing. Good God. Wow. I see why God said he want that for married folks only. That is powerful. I see why women were able to take over kingdoms because what they work with is a very powerful weapon. A very powerful weapon and everything like this. Very powerful. And a lot of women don't understand their power because they give it away too often. All right. So I appreciate that and having that moment with her. And I shared that story on my members only, and y'all should see Brother Don's face. Okay. Brother Don's face. I didn't know that WAP is a deliverer. All right. Is a deliverer. That WAP is a deliverer. That WAP will deliver you. You get the nice case of that WAP. That WAP is natural. And I don't care whatever it is. That WAP that I dealt with had activated the natural instinct of a man. The natural instinct of human nature. That's a natural human nature right there. And it rise. I didn't have to think about it. It didn't take me 50 hours. Immediately it rose for the occasion. So again, I want to thank you to hashtag power in the yoni. I need 3 people to type that in the chat. power in the yoni. There is power in the yoni. It's a natural thing for a man to desire a woman. And what happened, the reason why that desire worked is because God said in the scripture, it's written in the scripture that God will give you the desires of your heart. I've always desired a woman, and I kept manifesting that, kept putting it in the atmosphere. Then finally, I went with a woman and we did what we had to do. And when I did that, look at how what happened. It changed my life forever. And I will always talk about that, sister, because it changed my life forever. And I appreciate that. No matter what, that it changed my life. And I'm no longer looking at man like I used to. I'm like, wow. Because I always look at this, and I'm going to be clear with y'all when it comes to this. Now I see I was missing out. For all of these decades, I was missing out on women. For all of these decades, I have been missing out. And I appreciate that because I've been missing out. Let me drop y'all the link to vote for me because I want y'all to vote and y'all can hit the link and stuff like that. We're going to keep talking. And the more people say next case, I stay on it longer at the end of the day because we're going to keep talking about it. So the power of the yoni does work. And they said, but Wiley, because the power of the yoni. But why did you deal with man? Because I was conditioned to be with men. Because if I would have moved in with a female, I don't think I would have been in the lifestyle as long as I've been in the lifestyle. Right? I never was born LGBTQI. I never was born bi. I didn't know what bi was until I was adult. So I don't believe in the idea that you're born into something. And if you is, you must be born again. I don't believe. I can't remember what I did at 1 month years old, or when I was 3 hours years old, or when I was 5 months years old, or when I was 9 months years old, or when I was 24 months years old. That idea of born into it will work if I can remember. I can't remember any of that, dealing with any of that. I can remember dealing with a man when I was 8 years old, but I was 8. But I don't remember what I was doing when I was 1 years old, right? So again, I don't believe in that for me, that I was born into this. Because if I was born into this, then I can remember what I did when I was 3 minutes old. When I came out of the mother's womb, I can remember that. So how can you say you were born and you don't even remember when you was a baby? You don't remember any of that. Right. So no, I don't believe that I was born in it. I believe that I was conditioned and I started playing around because my parents wasn't watching me thoroughly, went around, played around some things, and I just stepped with guys. And I just kept sticking with it when I became an adult, dealing with men on men on men on men, right? But no, one of these days when I went to that hotel and we was intimate with this sister, I was like, with this black, beautiful sister, I'm like, I was missing out. And I'm going to say it again. I was missing out on something good. It was better than ice cream, better than cake. I mean, the WAP is just powerful. And I understand why many women put it for sale because it's a powerful tool. It's a powerful product. It's so much. I see why women say, I will love you long time. 29,000, love you long time. I see why men put women on payroll because it is a powerful weapon. And if you don't understand how you use that powerful weapon, you can be a rich woman. Most women don't know how to use it. They just give it away for free, and they don't deal with the right type of people. So I will continue to talk about all this on social media. I understand people in the community not gonna understand it. I get it because it's not your lifestyle. You with the G, meaning you just like man only. But you can't speak for me and try to tell me about my. Yeah. All right, hold on, y'all. My laptop went out. Yeah. So I got to buy a new battery, a new charger for my laptop. So, like I said, it's just in the lifestyle. So we're gonna get into these topics. There's a lot that I have to discuss in this topic because my laptop went out. So I want to definitely talk about this, and I'm gonna definitely give this. So Sharrell's world, you see Sharrell's world. She have been so jealous of TashaK and all over. Number one, Sharrell's got nothing but a white audience. She have nothing but a white audience. She have been doing celebrity gossip and doing the Real Housewives, nothing but a white audience. Let's speak about that. Sharrell's world, when it comes to this situation, she is trying to take TashaK's spot because TashaK got almost 1 million followers. Sharrell's world does not have 1 million followers. And when you look at Sharrell's world, she always trying to get into the gossip sector. She's trying to get into that sector because it's money in that sector. But when she started out, she was always into join the reality housewives, join the Beverly Housewives, all the housewives, Real Housewives of Potomac. And so now she's in the celebrity so-called B sector. And the only reason why she's associating with Larry Reid is because Tasha had fell out with Larry Reid and she found out opening. And also Larry Reid sent her a $500 super chat and she's no longer look at Larry Reid as a pedo because Larry Reid gave her the cash. So she looking at him not as a pedo because Larry Reid gave her 500 cash. And let me tell you something, Sharrell's world, you are the reason why your children don't want to deal with you because you embracing a pedo. When you embrace a pedo, that means in your eyes, you would take up for your husband when your daughter said, I've been touched by my dad. You one of them stinking heifers that will be on the side of your man, then on the side of your children. That's how you know, and that's how you understanding that. So anytime you embrace a pedo, that means you will be a madam and bringing young girls in your home, and you will make sure that young girls will not be able to leave. I believe you're probably in your life before YouTube, you were a madam. You were the woman that made sure the young girls could not leave the house because you will report him to R. Kelly. You are that type of sister. And if you sue me, go ahead and sue me and spend the paperwork. Because guess what? We ain't scared of your lawsuit. Go right ahead. First of all, you gotta find me. Second of all, we ain't John Yates. You can't you don't scare me with a lawsuit. Yeah. We're not John Yates. You can't get on there with your blank piece of paper talking about suing, baby. You're gonna have to sue. And guess what? Let me tell you something, Sharrell's world. You're gonna have to spend every single dollar because I'm gonna make sure we drag your pockets dry. Oh, yes, ma'am. So she was doing this about Tasha, talking about how Tasha is this, Tasha ain't that, and Tasha this. But let me tell you something. You can say whatever you want to say about Tasha, but she got 1 million followers. She have a large global reach, and you don't. So that's why you upset with Tasha K and you want Tasha K's spot. You have dreams of having Tasha K's spot. Number one, you don't talk like Tasha. You talk very, very weird. Tasha's very clear. I don't know what happened to your vocal cords. I don't know if you went down on your husband and it didn't come out right because all you was just sucking was dust out of his peen. And that's why you're taking up for Larry Reid, right? Because you want the Larry Reid dollar, right? You a grown woman, a grandmother. So how would you feel if your grandson tell you that he was touched by his pastor? Are you going to take his pastor's side because he's going to give you a $500 cash app or a $500 offering that make you skip and dance for pedos? Yeah. And I know you go live and I know you watch it, but you never respond to us on your show because you know you can't battle me. Neither do your husband. Your husband talk about everybody else, but your husband don't talk about Wiley. Why is that? He never put me in the title. He never put me in the thumbnail. He talk about everybody else, but he know not to go toe to toe with the great one. He know not to go toe to toe with Mr. Wiley. He already know that because I will drag him from the east to the west, from Las Vegas to Los Angeles, all the way to Arizona, down to Mexico. You know not to try with Brother Wiley, but yet you would try with a person that is on drugs because you know they can't compete with you intellectually. But I can. Oh yes, I can. Up, up, up. I can compete with you on the type of thing. I can compete with you all over. And so when I compete with you, you ain't ready to compete with Brother Wiley. Now, I also would like to say to you, sir, Mr. Perry, your wife ain't nothing but a scammer buying subscribers. Y'all think I didn't know that? Every month you ban about 30,000 subscribers. So when YouTube do an audit, watch you lose about 200,000 of your followers. Because if you really had 300,000 followers, you will not be averaging 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 views. You should be getting 100,000 views. But your views is low because the majority of them subscribers, you bought them. You bought that package. Yes, you bought that package while you was scrolling down, getting your husband, Mr. Perry, some Viagra. You just scroll down to a website and you bought subscribers. Your subscribers don't match your views. Mm-hmm. And the reason why you stopped doing it, because this sister right here, let's put our picture up, producers. I'm so glad we could do it on our phone as well. When the laptop go down, we can always do it on our phone. Where's his picture at? If I have his picture on here. If I do, if I don't have, we just talk about him. Because this brother right here, Up and Adam, you remember Up and Adam, the man that you brought on your platform and was growing, and then you got mad because Up and Adam, we had an amazing conversation with Brother Adam today, and he told me verbatim, he told me don't play the recording. I said, I want to play the recording, but I damn sure he's going to give a recap. So I said, what really happened with you and Sharrell's World? He's pretty much told me Sharrell's World got mad because I started surpassing her subscribers. I started to get more views. I started to get more interviews, and she got in her feelings. And then she started telling that I was a thief, that I stole the story, and all of that. And then he said, once my subscribers have turned against her and she got a lot of backlash, then she started to apologize. Mm-hmm. And started to apologize. And I was crediting Adam. I said, your channel was well more polished than Sharrell's World. All she do is sit in her living room with a computer, with a 1998 computer setup, and with all of that. And you actually have production with that. And I said, Adam, I promise you I won't play the recording. I promise you I won't do any of that because I'm not dirty like that. But I just wanted to hear your thoughts because you was working over there. I always want to know, why did you leave? And he said, I left because I had my own show. I just had my own dreams. I had my own ambitions. And he said, I never would have left. It was Sharrell that talked about me and trashed me. That was the reason why I left doing the show. That's the reason why I left, is because she was jealous of my success. And people will say, well, wow, you just, no, I'm not jealous. Sharrell was a very jealous person. She will befriend you, bring you on the page. As soon as you get more clout and subscribers than her, she's gonna drop you like a bad habit and go on her channel and lie on you. And then when she get backlash, she will apologize, right? Because she know that Up and Adam was more talented and gifted than her. Number one, he's white. That's very powerful. No, people don't want to talk about that. What? Yes, he's white. White people get more clout over here on these YouTube streets. Now, another reason, LGBT, checked. Young, checked. Connection. So these superstars will rather sit with a white man before they would sit with a loud woman with a dusty wig. Number one, who want to sit with Sharrell where her wig is dusty? Number two, her platform is not well polished like Up and Adams. So that's what really happened. So that's why I had an amazing conversation with Up and Down. I said, sir, I'm not going to play a recording because I already know Sharrell's World is going to try to sue you. We're not going to have that because it's definitely a pattern with Sharrell's World. Every time somebody do better than her, what does she do? She try to drag them. All right. So I see it in her bones every time. Get on that plano, she will deal with you as long as you had 28,029 subscribers. But wake up and get 100,000, you will be her enemy. So some of you YouTubers that's working with Sharrell's World, she ain't gonna drag you until you surpass her in numbers and subscribers. Once you surpass her in numbers and subscribers, that's when she turned against you. Brother Storm the same way when it came to Tasha. He surpassed her in that exclusive with Jaguar, and her whole attitude changed because she wasn't expecting Storm to have that much clout that early. That's the same attitude, the same narcissistic ways that Sharrell's World have. So to my brother Up and Adams, keep doing your thing. Don't stop. Keep being great. Keep getting those interviews. Keep surpassing Sharrell's World because guess what? You're younger than Sharrell. Sharrell's in her 60s. Sharrell is in her 60s. She's 60-something years old. Being a 60-something-year-old woman is nowhere in the world that you should be jealous of a man in their 20s. Her husband is jealous of me. I'm in my 30s. She should be somewhere saying, brother, come on over for a nice meal. I'm a grandmother. I'm going to feed you. I'm going to clothe you, doing something. But she don't do that. Okay, so that was the Up and Adams piece. Now, let's scroll down because we give you the pattern here with that. Then we have to get Sharrell's with Auntie Advice. Y'all know her. She does Love After Lockup reviews. She get interviews and all of this. She was cool with Sharrell. Sharrell was cool with Auntie Advice. On her platform, showing love, she was cool. But Sharrell threw her to the side because Auntie Advice started to get clout. interviews started to pass her. Even though Auntie Advice only got 50 some thousand real subscribers, real engagements, Sharrell felt threatened by that. And so what did she do? And she stole my interview. She took over my interview. She stole my interview. She took my interview from me. She's a thief. And then her husband started to drag her. And then once she got dragged by her supporters, then she said she had to apologize. She didn't mean it. And then you have to get Auntie Advice, have to go there and say how the network is sending people her way. They ain't sending the people to Sharrell's world. Okay? They ain't sending the people to Sharrell's world. And then you want to come right after Auntie Advice because Auntie Advice is getting you together with subscribers. And you can't handle that. So now when you have Auntie Advice surpass you in subscribers, surpass you in numbers, now she is a threat to you. Now she's a threat to you. Let me see if I can turn it for the black bus. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yes. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So now she's a threat. So that's what we have to say about that. Now, that was Auntie Advice. Okay, as you can see, Auntie Advice. Okay. That was Auntie Advice, how she fell out Auntie Advice. Okay, y'all with me? Okay, now this is when Sharrell's World brought Monica from All About the Tea on her show. Y'all know who Monica is. She's the CEO, creator of All About the Tea, right? Get millions of listeners, was featured on TMZ, featured on Wendy Williams, featured on People all over. She have all these publications all over America and the world. And so Monica had a daytime panel with DJ Richie Sky, with a couple other people, right? With Buffy. It was so many people that she had a panel with, and the daytime panel was popping. So Sharrell started to bring All About Tea on the show and say, "Hey, I love you. Come on the show." So All About Tea came on there. Sharrell's World people said, "Bring Monica back. She was great." And then Sharrell was like, "Okay, I would like for you to come back." Then Sharrell World threw Monica to the side and started lying on her because Monica started to grow so fast with her evening panel. It was a pandemic. I mean, people from the thousands were viewing her, and she started growing with a lot of subscribers. Then Sharrell's World came at her, and she said that Monica is a liar because it was a case of when Monica had that relationship on there, Sharrell tried to destroy it. Let's go back to John Yates. You remember John Yates? Type it in, Google him. It's another white man. I was on a panel, on my panel with John Yates. So John Yates' boyfriend or husband, was on the panel with Sharrell's World, and he said, "Is Mr. Perry?" He asked Sharrell a question. "Is Mr. Perry your husband?" And then she started beating around the bush because Sharrell's World started to go in her house and do a tour around her house, all around her house, and saying that her husband, she married well, she got a good foreign man, and he's speaking different languages. And then her husband, the real husband, Mr. Perry, worked at 7-Eleven. He ain't foreign, he black. He from Alabama, some from the country, probably in a trailer park, nowhere near foreign. Okay, don't even speak foreign. Never been to a foreign land, somewhere in Alabama, some trailer park, and working at 7-Eleven. He was in the type of trailer park that you have to go to the outhouse to relieve yourself. So no, he's not foreign. No, you did not marry well. Y'all have gotten y'all numbers on YouTube to get an income. If you married well, you wouldn't have to be on YouTube every single day, getting a click and a view. Your husband wouldn't have to be on the backup page, getting the clicks and the views, sir or ma'am. Okay, so that's how she fall out with Monica, because she decided to say Monica was the reason why John Yates' husband said, "Is Perry my husband?" And that's not the case. She still haven't produced a receipt. And she was close with Monica. She did shows with Monica. And she started to turn against Monica. Then we have to go to Sharrell's World. And this is me being honest. Sharrell's World own sister-in-law don't like her. Perry's sister, we talked to her on yesterday. She do not like Sharrell's World. She thinks she's trash. She thinks she's evil. She thinks she's bougie and all of this. And they say she act bougie with nothing in her bank account. They think that she's trash in the family. They always tell Perry, "Don't marry her. She's trash. She ain't nothing but a gold digger. She ain't nothing. She's going to bring you down." And everything that sister-in-law, I'm not going to say her name due to privacy. Everything that the sister-in-law said, It came to pass. I had an amazing conversation with her sister-in-law. I will continue to talk to the family because they reached out to me, and I love talking to her family. They said she was a bunch of trash. They said she didn't like to clean. They said she was a very nasty woman coming up, and they said they don't understand why Perry would marry Sharrell's world. They said they don't know why she married her. And that sister-in-law went in. I said, ho, don't go in on like that. Don't go in on her like that. She went in on her. Okay, that sister-in-law do not like Sharrell at all. And I don't even call her Sharrell in person. I'm not gonna give you the real name of what they call her. I can't even repeat what that lady said about Sharrell. I mean, some very nasty words that she said about Sharrell. I mean, cussed her out. I even blushed because I'm a cusser. I'm like, oh, you making me blush? All these cuss words. I mean, she went in to the point I was trying to get a point in. She dragged that woman for a good hour. Mm-hmm. She dragged her for a good hour. I said, wow, whatever happened, I said, wow. And then she said another reason why she fell out with her, because she said Sharrell tried to sleep with her man. Yeah, she said Sharrell tried to sleep with her man. She said, Wiley, I was in a hospital, trying to get myself together. Sharrell came over, was supposed to help me to bring stuff to the hospital. She up there trying to give the yoni to my husband. I said, oh no. Now she's trying to get, he wasn't attracted to her. She had a bad built body. And so he said, no, I didn't want to deal with it. And so the husband of the sister-in-law husband reported her to the sister-in-law. And she said she always thought that she was trash. So that pretty much was happened with that. She said she thought he was trash, that Sharrell was trash, okay? So that's just how that goes. And we will keep y'all updated on that because I said, let's break this down. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. As they always say, keep it real. And I'm keeping it real because number one, Sharrell have done so much to people. She have dissed Monica. Monica didn't pay this woman no mind. Monica have built her own legacy. She have a website where she make a lot of money. I talked to Monica. She said whenever she's ready to come back on YouTube, she will come back. She still have a thriving show. She have a thriving blog. So whenever she come back, she will come back. I asked if Monica want to come on the show. She said one day she might want to, but she's booked and busy because she said she don't want to get in the gutter with a woman that's 60-something years old that should be focused on giving her grandbaby peppermints and leaving her grandbaby a legacy, but all they see is grandma in her with them two doors with the glass out there getting clicks and views, arguing with people younger than her. So that's just how that goes. So again, and like I told Sharrell, she don't bother me. She don't put me in no title. She don't put me in no thumbnail. Because you know why? We ain't scared of her. You see this eye? Or with a face like this is a face that I ain't scared. I ain't scared at all. We ain't scared of all that doxing. That don't scare me. I'm still here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Get your lawyer. Get your lawyer. Sue me. Go ahead. You and Perry, send that lawsuit. It ain't gonna go nowhere because you will have to find me. Yeah. You will have to find me. You will have to sue me. I'm in so many locations. So you will be spending so much for your process server, your pocket's gonna be empty. Mm-hmm. So go on right ahead. I'm gonna sue Wiley. Go right ahead and sue. I'm gonna be in every courtroom, every court date. I already got a shirt and bow ties. I'm gonna be sharp. That's gonna be some good clicks and views. I'm gonna be able to sit next to you in my bow tie, smelling good, wearing good cologne, teeth white, a nice Armani watch, fingernails polished, looking good, smelling good, good haircut. I'm gonna be a little slimmer then, walking in the courtroom by myself, representing the Wiley Show. Represent all the bloggers that you have dragged. Represent Diana Jenkins that you got sued with. And all of these people had covered that Diana Jenkins story of you actually getting sued by Diana Jenkins. All these people had covered that. You get sued and got mad because we exposed your spanking tail of getting sued because Monica exposed you on All About the Sea. But other people have talked about that as well. Only thing you got to type in is Diana Jenkins' name, lawsuit, and you will see a lot of people bring up the lawsuit. And I talked to Diana Jenkins. And she said, yes, she's suing her because she said all she did was lie and said I was a prostitute and I was all these things. And then she had to sue another blogger, Days and Night blogger. She had to sue a lot of people. Because she ain't playing no games with that. You go to Insider, you go to People, you go to so many other people. You go to All About the Tea. It's so many other sites, Page 6. There's so many other people that reported on her getting sued. And she got mad because we exposed it. And then she brought her stinking tail on the internet, saying, he did this to the library. He shouldn't be on the internet. Why is he on the internet? He's unstable. You don't know about my stability, man. You ain't no psychiatrist. Only thing you was is a wife that opened up your legs for a man for a come up because you was poor, dirt poor, and you on the internet getting clicks and views. And you mad because we getting clout, and you thought because you said something about a lawsuit that I was going to go away. That I was going to go away and hide under a rock. Because you think I'm scared of a civil equals money lawsuit? What can you tell? What can you put in the complaint? Oh, Wiley said I'm getting sued. I have documentations to back that up. Wiley said that I wear dusty wigs. The only one that said it's multiple channels that said your wigs is dirty and dry. Okay? That would be a waste of time to go there in front of the judge. You talk so much mess about everybody, and you think you ain't gonna get it back. You talk so much mess about everybody. Why can I not do that? And this is entertainment. And then you say, oh, I'm gonna sue him, and I'm gonna get a judgment when you're waiting on that. Because when you sue somebody, it is a process. I need y'all to type this in the chat. I need 3 people to type this in the chat. Process. It is a process to sue. So just because you sue doesn't mean you're going to win. Just because you filed the paperwork doesn't mean you're going to win that suit. There is a process. There is a process. There is a process in the matter. Ma'am, there's a process. So you can file it, but it doesn't mean that you're going to win it. There's a process. So you have to go through, and it's an expensive process because you're taking on, you have to prove your case. So you're taking on all this debt and suing somebody that don't have the money that you're asking for. And then you got to deal with all of these bloggers uplifting Wiley because you know it's going to go viral. Because everybody that you pooped on, I'm going to their show to do interviews. I'm going to sit on the panel with Up and Adams, go live in his studio. I'm going to go on John Yates with him and his boyfriend, sit down with John Yates. Then I'm going to go live with Monica All About the Tea. I'm going to sit with all these people that you threw shade. Then I'm going to go sit down with TashaK. And I'm going to walk there with 1 million followers. And you still going to be in that stuff office with your man with his pen allegedly don't work. All of that. Okay? And then you and your husband, y'all got troll accounts. Trolling people. And your husband have the audacity to talk about, he'll throw these in. Throw it where, sir? Sir, you grandpa. Get somewhere and sit on down. You can't handle this. You talking about a 6'2" man that's bipolar strong. Ain't no way in the world I will weigh you out just with a bear hug. With a bear hug. Give you, embrace you in a hug. You ain't gonna better take this. Okay? Don't even work. And if it don't work, prove it, Mr. Perry, that it worked. Okay? So one thing that I admire about TashaK, she's doing great. And so I'm giving you a history of that. All About the Tea is doing great. And whenever All About the Tea want to come back on YouTube, she's going to thrive. But she have a thriving website where she makes a lot of money. She get about millions of visits from her website. She's not the type of woman that is paying writers and nobody watching or visiting her website. She always breaking stories on her website. Most of the tea that Sharrell World get is from All About the Tea website. But she never give credit to All About the Tea. She take the tea off All About the Tea website. She go to her YouTube channel with her husband with the pen that don't work. And she do that and she never give credit to Monica. Never give credit to her. She's jealous. This woman haven't even been on YouTube for about almost 2 years. And she's always in Sharrell's mouth because though Monica is not releasing YouTube videos, her name is still relevant in these streets. Her name is still strong. Her input is still strong. Monica introduced panels, and everybody trying to do a panel like Monica, but it never is the same. Don't have those same numbers. It ain't hitting the same. Sharrell try to do panels. It don't hit the same. She bringing some of my rejects that we rejected, and on that, it still ain't hitting the same. And then some of the people that goes on her panel that was rejected, they're begging and pleading to come back over here and sit with Chocolate Daddy. And we told them no. Go over there with Sharrell's World and watch it crumble because it ain't gonna hit the same being over here at the Wiley Show. That was that. Now let's move on. Now let's talk about Larry Reid. Now Larry Reid, this person, pedo, all right. So he decided to address, Bishop Whitehead, laughed at Bishop Whitehead, lied on Bishop Whitehead, did all of these type of things about Bishop Whitehead. Now, with this entail, we're going to read these court documents a little bit. And he was served. He was running away from the lawsuit and all of that. And he was finally served with the paperwork. And they said, hereby summons, in this action, serve a copy of your answer. They got Larry Reid, and they also sued Larry Reid live. And they talked about Bishop Whitehead because they said on July 25th, 2020, Mr. Reid wrote online that Bishop Whitehead scammed people out of money. On August the 3rd, 2023, Mr. Reid and online Bishop Whitehead will be locked. He said will be locked up. We locked up in about 3 months. 5, Mr. Reid above statements spoken and written concerning Bishop Whitehead are false. 6, Mr. Reid statements expose plaintiff in public contempt, ridicule, aversion, and or disgrace. Number 7, Mr. Reid's statements imply criminal behavior, injury, plaintiff reputation as a pastor. Number 8, Mr. Reid, a false statements were published online and seen heard by thousands of people. Number 9, Mr. Reid made false statements or grossly irresponsible manner without regard for the truth. Number 10, as a result of Mr. Reid's conduct, plaintiff lost business deal, church members, income. Mr. Reid, and number 11, Mr. Reid committed these acts above the core scope of the work in his company, LRL. Number 12, Larry Reid Live is viciously liable for the above alleged conduct. Mr. Reid, who is under is employed. Number 13, Mr. Reid and LOL are liable to the plaintiff for defamation, libel, slander per se or something. Okay. Wherefore, plaintiff demands a trial by jury in judgment against the defendant for actual and a punitive damage no less than $20 million of such an amount to be proven at trial. And that was by Mr. Ponder, the lawyer. Okay. Then we have this, Larry Reid. And it's a lot of court documents. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to read all of this because this is a lot. I'm going to read like the first page because we're going to send this all to our members. And then I'm going to read some more of it tomorrow because I'm not going to read all of it because, like I said, it's about 21 pages. So let me read the first. Defendants Larry Reid, Dr. Reid, and Larry Reid Live, LLC, by their attorney, respectfully submit this memorandum of law in support of their motion to dismiss of the complaint pursuit of CPLR 321. Lamar Whitehead, they said preliminary statement. Lamar Whitehead, flamboyant online preacher, internet personality, was the subject of a national headlines in July 2022 and being held in the gunpoint in his Brooklyn church on a Sunday morning and robbed of millions of dollars. In the jury, he was wearing all in the midst of in a live stream of the church service. Those who have seek the interest in the bizarre crime quickly discovered that Mr. Whitehead wasn't your average preacher. In 2008, Mr. Whitehead was convicted in New York multiple counts of identity theft and fraud and sentenced to prison. The same year, a separate crime, Mr. Whitehead was convicted of using a stolen identity to obtain a car loan and sentenced to prison. While he wasn't incarcerated for these crimes, he was engaged in conduct that resulted in civil judgment. He has a slew of unpaid judgments pending against him during the 2009, 2020, in 2021. And in December 2022, Mr. Whitehead was indicted in the Southern District of New York on counts of wire fraud, attempted extortion, and false statements. He's awaiting trial in July. In August of 2022, Dr. Larry Reid, a Christian minister and influencer, discussed Mr. Whitehead on several videos. In one title questioned whether Mr. Whitehead has scammed people out of money. Dr. Reid is also accused of predicting that Mr. Whitehead will be locked up in 3 months. Although content can be located showing that such a statement was actually made, Mr. Whitehead filed this libel lawsuit against Dr. Larry Reid in Larry Reid Live, claiming $20 million in damages stemming for those alleged statements. So as you can see, we're going to read some more of this on tomorrow. What Larry Reid is trying to do, he's telling the court, let me sum it down for a first grader. He's telling the court, his lawyers are telling him, well, we said these things, but this is all public record. And Bishop Whitehead is a criminal. He's a thief. He's a scammer. He's been arrested for scamming. And he's also on trial for wire fraud and others. So they're trying to, call into question and destroy Bishop Whitehead, his image, his reputation. And tell the courts this should be thrown out. This is a fraudulent lawsuit because Bishop Whitehead is a criminal. Okay, so we are going to definitely talk about this and discuss this more in the matter and break this down. Probably break this down when I'm in front of my gaming computer. It'll probably be on Tuesday where we read more of these comments. I do believe that this lawsuit will not be thrown out. Do I believe that he will get $20,000? No, I don't believe he will get $20 million. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe he will get $20 million. I do believe Larry will try to settle with Bishop Whitehead because Larry do not want to be dragged into court on trial, even though Bishop Whitehead is having to deal with a criminal proceeding. We will talk about that on another day because we have those court documents. We just have a page. So once they answer and all that, because a lot of that stuff ain't gonna heat up until May and April, according to the court documents that we see on Pacer. So we will break that down in a couple of when that happened. But this lawsuit is more relevant because the ball is rolling. For a long time, Larry Reid has been hiding. Now, he's not going to sue King Jives. I heard from a source that they're going to drop that lawsuit with King Jives. Their target is Larry Reid, and many of the pastors, Pastor Jamal Bryant, E. Dewey Smith, is helping Bishop Whitehead, and there's other pastors as well. I've even heard the other pastor, Pastor Khan, Prophet Khan, is also helping Bishop Whitehead financially to drag Larry Reid in court. So these are what my sources are telling me. So we will see how this is going to play out in the future. We will see how this is going to play out in the courts, and we will cover this, and we will go to the trial. When this go to trial, we will go to the trial. Like I said, we will get a GoFundMe page set up for a traveling fund, and then people give to the traveling fund. So anytime we need to travel, we go into that fund and have, go to travel to that court. Now, I want you to press 1 if you think Bishop Whitehead is going to win. Press 2, Larry Reid is going to win. Press 1, Bishop Whitehead, or 2, Larry Reid. Press 1, Bishop Whitehead. Press 2, Larry Reid. Press 1, Bishop Whitehead. Press 2, Larry Reid. Press 1, Bishop Whitehead. Press 2, Larry Reid. Give me a second. I'm going to see what y'all saying. Okay. Press 1. Bishop Whitehead. Press 2, Larry Reid. Okay. Press 1, Larry Reid. Press 2, Bishop Whitehead. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link in here. We're going to take one caller. Give me a second. We're doing it on the phone. So we won't be able to do the phone lines. I'm going to drop the link. So do not call in. I'm dropping the link. Do not call in. I'm dropping the link. Do not call in. I'm dropping the link. Do not call in. All right. All right, so we dropped the link. Okay, let's see. All right, we just want to take one person. I go pick up my sister from work. Here we go. Okay. All right, we don't have any callers. Do we have any callers? All right, thank y'all so very much for tuning in to the Wiley Show. Make sure we were nominated for an award, and we were nominated for best YouTube channel. So again, if you that was Kyle, it was best YouTube channel. Make sure you go vote for us. Right now, you can send us a text, and we will definitely send you a text, and we will definitely send you the link to vote. That is 972-674-9462. Again, the number is 972-674-9462. Thank you all so very much. Peace and blessings to you all. Make sure you all follow us on the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are live every single day. And yeah, make sure you share this link everywhere. This live everywhere. We will continue to talk about this. Again, we're going to go live tomorrow. There's no need for me to do a 3-hour live, but I'm going to go live tomorrow as well to discuss this. And I mean, we got a juicy. We doing this in the part 2. We got a juicy. If I don't do it tomorrow, then you will see me on Tuesday. Okay, because tomorrow is Sunday. So I'm going to wait till this laptop charge up. Like I said, I have to get a new battery. Yeah, I have to get a new battery and a new charger for my laptop. So we will do that. Get a new charger for that. Thank you. Congratulations on the nomination. Thank you so very much. All right, y'all. Gotta go. I will see y'all later, and we will have this as a restream for those that need to catch the replay. Follow me on Twitter at Wiley Show, TikTok at Wiley Show. Hit the Cash App, $ Marquise Wiley. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Wait a minute, we got a new one. Let's get the new one. We got a new one.